Hello friends and welcome to Train Fever. I'm Colonel Failure and I'm your host as we mess around with routes as we near the completion of this project. Doesn't mean it's necessarily the completion of the series. We'll see where we get to. I might try some outlandish things once we've accomplished our primary goal of having basically a massive station operating at peak efficiency so that we've got plenty of trains coming in all the time. So what are we watching? We're watching the Clay Cross 8, which is the new line that we've spent ages building. I mean, it's effectively the last passenger line that we're setting up. I've got the reverse version of this to do, so I'm just following this chap for the moment to see how he's getting on. Now, I mean, it's been running for maybe a couple of months since you last tuned in, and we're carrying 40 of 81 passenger capacity. That's okay. I don't mind that too much. We've got 2 trains on this route at the moment, and my goal for today is going to be to add. What am I going to add? I'm going to add the reverse route. So at present, we're just heading into Clay Cross now, which is a single track station. It's going to be a disaster. And from there we head into Maryport, which is our grand station. You know all of this already. I don't know why I'm telling you again. So let's just see what we're picking up here. This is Clay Cross, you know. Heavy industrial, everything's on fire. That's the one thing that, you know, I kind of observe about this game is it doesn't half look like the buildings are polluting like there's no tomorrow. Oh, look at that for a passenger count. Go on, keep going. Fly, my pretty fly. 74 of 81. That's what we're talking about. Right, smashing. So, rather than just follow this chap all the way back to Maryport. In fact, where's he going? He is going to Maryport. Okay, cool. Yeah, I want to... skyscrapers. Yeah. Oh, well, okay. Let's have a quick look at our towns list here. Maryport's only got 1,070, but for some reason that warrants having some fairly significant multi-storey building action on the go. I've got some work to do as far as, you know, transporting passengers to stations, but if we have a look here, you know, we'll see. You know, you've got 155 people waiting at one side, 65 waiting at the other. That's pretty respectable. Okay, right. Okay, look, I can't avoid it any further, really, can I? What I have to do now is set up the anti version of this 8, so the route running in the opposite direction, in order to build. Well, I'm going to say maximum efficiency, but you know me well enough by now that efficiency isn't necessarily our watchword. So here we go. Orange line. I approve of orange line. We'll start at Maryport Grand Central. There we go. So I'm keeping the green line up, which is the original Clay Cross 8. Original, it's only been running a little while. In the hope that I can spot when we're getting the lines wrong. Okay, good. That's that so far. So we go to Clay Cross. So it goes Clay Cross to Maryport. So next we want Grove Road, which is over here in Deal. Hopefully showing up as being on the right track. Yeah, it's currently reversing itself, but that's okay. So okay, this one, it goes. This is just going to confuse the hell out of me. I can feel it in my bones. Grove Road. Skelton is the next on the list. All right. Basically, what I'm going to try and do is do this list from the original 8 in reverse, and the upshot should be that it is the reverse line that I end up setting up. Skelton. Yeah, once it starts doing a loop, I'll be able to ascertain whether we've screwed this up or not. Into Lostwithiel. So far, so good. I suspect it's either going to be Worthing or it'll be Wallingford, where the train will decide to complete a loop rather than reverse itself. No, not Worthing. Okay, on we go. Now, at the moment, it looks like the spacing of the two trains on the effective version. There we go. Look, it's done it. It looks like the trains I've got set already are working effectively. Now, Worthing, the home route back to Worthing is... hold your horses. That's going the wrong way. Okay, right, well, it will probably figure it out once I tell it that actually its next stop is Clay Cross again. Yes, indeed. So one of the nuances of this route are that it stops at both Clay Cross and Deal twice in completing its loop. Now, the hope is that this accelerates the growth in these two stations particularly quickly. So we pull a fairly aggressive turn as we head towards Southwick. Yeah, it can't figure out how to get to Southwick. Okay. Oh, yes, it can figure it out. Well, I'm seeing some orange here. It's gone onto the wrong line. It shouldn't. That's interesting, though. Normally that would indicate that I'm missing a piece of track. But I don't think I am. Let's get a signal on here and check, shall we? Let's put one just before these points. Okay, add station. This chap. There we go. Look, you see, happy-go-lucky. I might need to back up and just make sure that that is actually the case. And then Southwick, I've already... Oh, no, you've told it to back up, you fool. See, it's just as well I've got my head screwed on today. Otherwise, that could have led to some drama. There we are. Look, back on the right side of the track again. So, I mean, that's the advantage, I guess you could call it. But the advantage of running with electrification is you can spot when it's actually... No, not that one. After Southwick, please. There we go. Right, and then back to Maryport and everything should be dandy. Yeah, the advantage of electrification, semi-advantage of electrification, is that it's very easy to spot where you've got brakes in your line, because basically the line won't compute properly if you've actually got brakes in it. Okay, right, so we're going to call this one the Clay, I'll spell it right, Cross 8 reverse. Alright, splendid. Okay, so cool. Right, let's buy some trains. See, look, this is it's already kind of doing what I envisaged. Envisaged, both of those things. The interesting point from my perspective is going to be in two places on this track. We're going to need to look at... yeah, see, look, there's another one coming in. This is exactly what we wanted. Ooh, I look forward to just sitting there and observing the action happening. Now, I left a depot around here somewhere. Yeah, so the busy sections are going to be in the Clay Cross area. Clay Cross is going to be a nightmare because it's a single track station. So I fully anticipate there being queues galore. And the other one is going to be Wallingford because that's got another route that already runs through there. Actually, that's the same is true of Bingham as well, but I think Wallingford is going to be slightly more pronounced. Right then, let's buy some trains. Now, a new train became available, which is the Speed Dance Express. 102 passengers, 240 kmh versus the good old faithful Metroliner. Only 81 passengers, quite a bit slower. What do we think? 5 million up front, 2 million a year. Yeah, I'm sticking with a Metroliner. I don't need a train that fast. Is that right? Yeah, okay. I'm going to hold on for another 5, maybe 10 years, see what other trains are released. And then we'll go from there. Clay Cross 8 reverse, set line, off you trot. Right, let's get rid of you, my friend. You seem to be performing handsomely. I want to keep the depot open. Right, okay, right, what are you waiting for? You there. You're waiting for a free path. As is so often the case, let's get some signals up in this joint and see if that eases you along. There we go. Alright, coming out this way. Where are you heading towards? Southwick. Alright. Good deal. Right, we can kill... Let's just ease that off. I mean, I need to put signals on this side of the route anyway, on the reverse side of the route. I'm keeping the depot open so that when the time comes I can add the second train. And I guess on this route, where are we? Southwick. So, being Clay, Skelton maybe? Yeah, I think when this guy reaches Skelton, we'll switch over. Right, okay, so we're going to do a sort of ride around with this chap and add signals as we go. Standard format for... we're going to have to get further ahead of him. Right, there's the release signal for that station. As ever, you know, our signalling objective is to make sure that we keep trains moving. And to that end, so here we go, look, here's Bingham, which is actually, Bingham's rather a splendid station, even though I say so myself. Yeah, that's pretty handsome. What are you talking about? I was talking about signals. Oh, yeah. You and your signal fixation. Yeah, okay, so, I mean, the thing with signalling is, you know, we want to make sure that no one gets held up. This is an exciting piece of track here. We've picked up our first passenger from Bingham. Total, currently carrying one of a potential 81 passengers. Steady on. Do we want to get ahead of it, or do we want to watch it? I want to watch it, really. But I'm going to up the tempo just a little. Purely because we're covering quite a lot of ground, and, you know, I would far sooner see more of the landscape in a shorter amount of time. Now, the good news is our budget is still going in the right direction, and while we're travelling around here, let's have a quick look how we've been doing. 33 million, that will have been the build year, 1995. 96, we made 6.3. Last year we made 6.8. We'll be up again this year, largely because the Clay Cross line is actually generating money now. And I think I might have spent less this year as well, which will help. But we'll find out in due course. Yeah, okay. Here we go. So, right, pulling into Bingham. Are we going to get more than one passenger? We've got 2 passengers now. I'm happy. I'll take that. That's fine. That's acceptable. So, next we're going into the biggie. We're going into Claycross. We're going into Maryport next, which should be a hive of activity. And typically, I've got 2 trains on each route. I think one of the more major routes has got 3 on it. I'd love to be able to get 3 onto every single route, but what I don't want to do is what I have done in the past, which is cannibalize your success by running services so frequently that they never fill up. The ideal situation to be in is that every train that arrives departs with a full load. What a bit of slowdown there. So the recent patch for the game actually supposedly dealt with quite a lot of the slowdowns, and frankly, you know, I've got a fair beast of a machine, and it struggles with this on a regular basis. And you know, at this stage of the game, there's a hell of a lot of AI traffic running around the place. My frame rate's currently 13, which isn't going to set any records anytime soon. Okay, right, into Maryport. Going to Clay Cross with 4 passengers on board. Steady on. And this is actually one of the concerns I've got with this particular route. See, look, trains everywhere you look. Trains are everywhere. Fantastic. This is what we wanted. Yeah, I mean, this is the area of concern with this particular route is because Claycross and Deal, which is the station that they both stop at twice, because they're served effectively by 4 trains hitting twice. I think that they are going to be loss-based stations. They're not going to make me a stupendous amount of cash. Oh yeah, that was it doing what it's supposed to do. Beautiful. Now, can we get into Claycross first time, or are we going to be held? No, we're straight in. Thing of beauty. And of course, once trains have to start queuing, it's going to mess with the spacing between services quite dramatically. I could easily foresee a situation where we've got actually services almost nose to tail because of the compound the compound problems generated by having to queue in multiple places. And of course, once that happens, they're going to have to start queuing even more. So there may come a time where I need to take manual control and get things pointing in the right direction. So we're just going to continue following this guy until he gets to Skelton, at which point I'll set the second service in motion. And we'll try and find ourselves a nice vantage point to view what's going on. Where are we? 7 million, and we're in October. 7.7 million, and we're in October. There we go. We're going to be making gangbusters cash this year. Oh well, okay, we'll drop back down to 6. Bit of a downer. But look at all this construction going on. Where are we? We're Grove Road, which is Deal. So clearly the upswing in passenger services is driving a significant amount of growth here. And that's what we want to see. In fact, I know what I'm going to do next. I'm going to build some... Yeah, brace yourselves. My success rate on this particular topic is not high. Goods lines. Yeah, we're going to try and get some goods services working. Not least of all because I can actually afford to do it for once. Right, let's get this train purchased and ready to rock. Right, you're ready to go. So I'm setting this new train in motion now, largely because this is about halfway round this particular route. Whether my spacing is absolutely spot on or not, who knows? But I'm faintly optimistic. Okay, so we ended up with 687 last year. What have we got in terms of purchases? I mean, we bought 2.5 million quid's worth of new vehicles. That's not brilliant. What are we looking at? Running costs. Road running costs are hectic. Although actually, train running costs are starting to get a little more out of control. Set your train in motion, you fool. Go. All right, so we've got 2 services on here as well now. Excellent. Right, let's close some of this off. I want to keep these 2 up for the moment to see what they're carrying. But as ever, it takes a little while for them to start to build up a client base. So I'm not too bothered about them being loss-making to start with. Let's get a couple of signals on here. Okay, so next stop for this chap is going to be Lostwithiel, where we've got a train just departing. Now, is anybody interested currently? Nothing. Nobody is remotely interested right now. And Lostwithiel actually is on my to-do list to actually get some passengers to the station. So this was a redeveloped job when we expanded out this way. As you can see, the main commuter shuttle in town is over here. I mean, it's only just had its first station, so that's okay. They're going to be a part of the bold new future. That's the plan, anyway. And then from there, we're going up to Worthing. Bang in another signal, please. And again, these signals are largely going in just in case trains start bunching up. Shouldn't be the case, but just in case they do. There we go, they've got passengers waiting. It's more like it. And the enterprising AI is starting to use this beautiful tree-lined setup that I've got just waiting for services to come in. Put a release signal there. No, signal, not track, signal. So obviously, as things, as we improve in terms of the number of trains visiting stations, we'll also improve in terms of the number of people wanting to use those services. The end result should be, plenty of activity going on. So here we are at Wallingford, and people have got multiple choices with regards to how they get from here to Maryport. Right now it looks like the Holsworthy, I guess that's going to be the Holsworthy Full is the one going the right direction, must have been in recently. I might be wrong, but that's what it looks like to me. So I think I've got quite a large kind of rebuild operation coming up in terms of in-town passenger ships. Passenger ships? Yeah, trams and buses and what have you, to get people to the station in the first place. I think that's a very soon future objective, is to start building on that. All right, next up. Actually, this should be signalled already. This bit, however, possibly is not. So let's get some signals in here, just because it's kind of a shuffle point. I think that'll do it. And we want a release signal on here and one there. Actually, that one we don't need. We need that one on there. That's probably wrong. Who knows? Right. Okay. That's going to wrap it up for this episode, I think. I want to just go and have a quick look down at Claycross itself. I'm determined to see someone queuing. Here we go. It's going to happen right now. See, like it knew it would. So we've got the what have we got here? This is the 8 coming in, and this could also be an 8 coming in. No, this is the 8 reverse. Okay, cool. So I ummed and ahed when building about whether to upgrade this to a multi-track station, and decided against it because it would be exciting. There you go. So you can blame me. Here we go. Train 17. I mean, they've both got a respectable number of passengers. We could do with a little bit more, maybe, but there you go. So, because this guy's had to wait for a couple of minutes, the train behind him is going to be catching up. I mean, all being well, that shouldn't be a problem, because we'll, that will offset with having more time for passengers to come into the station. Now, you might ask yourself, well, hold on, that's the reverse there. Why did 26 people not get on? And I suspect it's because they're going the other way. So he's heading up to Deal, obviously, because everyone heads up to Deal, which is another busy station, and we might get another confluence of trains turning up here, or maybe we won't. So what have we got? All the reverse has got 56 waiting. Beautiful. All right, there you go. That's going to wrap it up. Next time, I don't know. Oh, hold on. It's about to turn into the year 2000. There you go. There's 2000. No, no new trains to offer. All right. So we're going to stick with what we've got. I'm umming and ahhing about updating one of the services to using a different train type, but to be honest, I'm very happy with the Metroliner. And once I've kind of settled on the final train type that we're using, we will set up individual rail companies, as mentioned in a previous episode, probably 10, 15 episodes ago by now. If you would like to be one of those train companies, you should let me know, and we'll make that happen. Road Vehicle 89 needs to be replaced. Why is Road Vehicle 89 not carrying anything currently? Okay. Right, I'm going to set about replacing this big boy. Thanks for watching. I've been Colonel Failure. Leave a like, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I will catch up with you very shortly. Thanks for watching. Cheerio.